it's Heidi and welcome to this week's episode of Baby Name Sunday. Today's list is going to be a highly requested one. I'm actually splitting it up into two parts. Today will be the boys list and next week will be the girls list because I got way too many submissions. So the boys list today is going to be longer boy names with really cute or really great nickname potential. Now these boy names will have 3 or more syllables and they were submitted by you over on Instagram. So thank you to everybody who submitted some names in. For those of you who sent in girls' names, again, I will have that video up and coming next week. All right, if you haven't already subscribed yet, I have to say it every single time. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you hit that red button down below and the bell notification next to it so you guys never miss a names list here. And also go over to Instagram and go follow me on there. It's at Baby Name Sunday and I post a ton of name content on there as well. All right, let's get into today's amazing list. I have quite a few names. I have close to 40 boy names that are long but have really amazing nickname potential. All right, so to start this boys name list, there is so many amazing ones here, just so you guys know. Lots of different varieties of different styles, themes, uniqueness as well. So first one here, we have the name Abraham, spelled A-B-R-A-H-A-M, Abraham. I've always thought this one was just such a handsome biblical name option. You can have both Abe or Bram as the nicknames. Also, if I do end up thinking of any more nicknames, I will have them included in the box as well. So you'll see a couple additions, but the main ones I will mention. Now, Abraham is actually a Hebrew originated name meaning father of multitudes, and it's actually just sitting in the 300s right now for boys. So really handsome Hebrew name option there. Next up on the list here, another A option actually, is the name Azariah. Spelled A-Z-A-R-I-U-S, Azarias. Super edgy and kind of like cool sounding. This one has really cool nicknames like Azar or Zari. Love those two for a boy. And this one's also a Hebrew originated name meaning helped by God. As you see, this one is a little bit more uncommon, sitting in the 5,000s in 2021 so far. So if you're looking for an A name, maybe Abraham's a little bit too popular for you. Azarias. Oh, so handsome. Next up, something a little bit more beachier. I have the name Mako, spelled M-A-K-A-I-O, Mako. Or you can do, I guess, Makayo as well. So nicknames like Kai or Mac, those are two really popular names anyways to get from longer names for boys. So I think that is already a win-win. And it's actually the Hawaiian form of Matthew, meaning gift of God. Moving on to our next boys option here, it starts with an E, and this is the name Elysian, spelled E-L-Y-S-I-A-N, Elysian. Now for this one, you can do nicknames like Eli or Zion, and this one's Greek originated meaning blissful. Really handsome, almost kind of like a whimsical sounding name, and it's quite unique as it's sitting in the 5,000s. This next name here, I had to add to this list. It is only 2 syllables, but it is sitting at 8 letters long. So I thought I would add it as it does have a few sweet nicknames. So this is the name Daschle, spelled D-A-S-H-I-E-L-L, Daschle. You can do nicknames like Dash or Dashy. I love the nickname Dash. So loving this one as more of a longer form. And this one's actually derived from a French surname. Now the meaning is unknown, but the surname kind of has ciel, which is a French word meaning sky or in the heavens. So that name, they possibly have some correlation to it, but they also found that it could be a Scottish name as well, meaning young boy. So together it's kind of like young boy from the sky or young boy from the heavens. Another Hebrew option here on the list, I actually have quite a few Hebrew options. So this is the name Asayas, spelled E-S-A-I-A-S, Asayas. And this one, you can do nicknames like Isa or even Iggy. And this one is, like I said, Hebrew originated, meaning salvation of the Lord. And personally, I love this as an alternative to like Elias and Isaiah. Very similar, falls into that same category, biblical Hebrew names, but this one is a little bit more different, Asayas. Next on the list, something a little bit more vintage, kind of like a vintage revival, is the name Leopold, spelled L-E-O-P-O-L-D, Leopold. Obviously, you can do that nickname Leo, and I feel like this would be a really great honorary name for any kind of Leo, Leonidas, Leopold in your family tree. This is such a timeless vintage classic that is coming back into style. Now this one's a German originated name with a very powerful meaning of brave people. Okay, we are now switching things up, going very romantic. I have the name Valentin, spelled V-A-L-E-N-T-I-N, Valentin. This is incredibly handsome to me. I love it. You have nicknames like Valley, Val, Tin, or even Valen. It's French, German, Russian, Czech, and Scandinavian originated, meaning strength and health. So it's such a great name idea for those of you who are looking for a rainbow baby name or even a pot of gold baby name as well. So special with that meaning. All you want is strength and health for your little son. So we were speaking of whimsical before. This is another whimsical medieval style name. I have the name Percival, spelled P-E-R-C-I-V-A-L. Percival. This one as well, just like Valentin, just gives me these romantic, super handsome kind of sound for a boy. It's almost like straight out of a fairy tale. So nicknames for Percival is Percy, Pierce, Valley, or even Val for your little boy. And this one has a really cool meaning. It's French originated, meaning one who pierces the valley. Moving on in the list here, this one's actually totally new to me. I have never heard this name before until yesterday, and I was like, okay, this is different. So I have the name Brannigan, spelled B-R-A-N-I-G-A-N, Brannigan. How cool is this one? Thank you, Nettie, for sending this one in. A few nicknames that we have here, there's Bran, Eigen, or even Annie for your boy. And this one's actually an Irish originated name, meaning little raven, especially making your way into that August, September, October, that fall season. I think it makes a really great Halloween or fall time baby name. Moving back onto a Hebrew name again, I have the name Zedekiah. So Z-E-D-E-K-I-A-H, Zedekiah. This is one of the most fastest rising Aya ending names right now. It is unreal. It's actually up 5,000 spots from 2020 to 2021, but it's still uncommon as it's like just at the 4,000s. But you can do nicknames like Zed, Kai, and Kaya, so really trendy name options there. And like I said, it's Hebrew originated, meaning the Lord is just. My next name here, I actually added this one in. I found it and I thought it was super cool for a boy, really different. So this is the name Obsidian, spelled O-B-S-I-D-I-A-N, Obsidian. Especially moving into those, again, Halloweeny fall months, I thought this one was really cool. Comes with a few cool nicknames as well, really sweet. Obi, Sid, and Dian. And obsidian is a dark glass-like volcanic rock made of lava. You can't get cooler than that. It has a really cool nature, almost rocky gemstone kind of feel to it. It would be a really great option, like an O option to onyx, and maybe obsidian. I think that's really cool. All right, switching things up here. This one is very royal and regal sounding. I have the name Arlington, so A-R-L-I-N-G-T-O-N, Arlington. This name here has so many great nicknames. You do Arlo or Arlie. Those are two such trendy names on their own, but it's really great to pull those from more of a longer name. You have Arlington, and this one's actually an Old English place name meaning settlement from the rabbit meadow. Surprisingly, this name, even though it has like Arlo, which is one of the fastest rising names right now, it's been unranked since 2020. So this year in 2021, we need some more Arlingtons on this planet. I think it is so sweet, super handsome, with some trendy nicknames. We are now going a little bit romantic again with an O ending name. So we have the name Saviano, spelled S-A-V-I-A-N-O, Saviano. Really cool. You can do nicknames like Sav for a boy, Savvy, or Sano. And this is actually a place name in the romantic city of Naples in Italy. Right away, totally sparks romance in my brain. Next idea on the list here, this one has actually been quite a trendy option recently, but surprisingly unranked. Now this is the name Willoughby, spelled W-I-L-L-O-U-G-H-B-Y. That is a long name, Willoughby. Now this one has kind of moved its way from a boy's name to a genderless option, so this could work for girls as well. You have nicknames like Will, Wills, or even Lou, and this one's an English originated name meaning farm near the willows. Like I said, it is a unranked name since 2018, which is completely shocking to me. It's probably one of the most shocking ones on the list, but I can really see this one rising quite a few spots in the years to come. And speaking of rising names in the years to come, this next one here too, I can see a big boom, and that's the name Devro, spelled D-E-V-E-R-E-A-U-X. Devro. This one would be such a big contender for me for boys. I think it is so cool. Again, it can be completely genderless for girls as well. And this one's a French originated name meaning riverbank. So maybe alongside Brooks or even Brooklyn, you have Devro and Brooklyn. Both of those I feel would be great sibling names right off the bat. They both kind of have like the brook or the riverbank. I really love the nature elements that tie the two together very subtly. Next, we have one of Davian's favorite sounding ones. Well, very similar. I have the name Aurelius, spelled A-U-R-E-L-I-U-S. One of Davian's newcomer favorite names as of recently is Aurelian, and that one is very similar. It has very similar meaning. And Aurelius has some amazing nicknames. There's Ori or Ray or even Gus. Now this one's Latin originated with such a bright and shining omen of a meaning of the golden one. We have now made it to another name that was completely new to me. So thank you, Chelsea, for sending this one in, and that's the name Farrington, spelled F-A-R-R-I-N-G-T-O-N. Farrington. So you can do nicknames like Ari, Fari, or even Fern, because the meaning of this name, it's actually Old English originated, meaning farmstead where ferns grow. So you can do that nickname of Fern for a boy. I think that is so different and unique, as it's majority of the time used for a girl's name, but I feel like Fern can work for either or. It's kind of like Clover to me. Fern. And with T-O-N ending names making its big rise for both boys and for girls, this one is a really great, more unusual option for you. Next, we have a super handsome option to add to your baby name list. We have the name Octavian, spelled O-C-T-A-V-I-A-N, Octavian. This is one of those dreamy boy names. You can do nicknames like Tave, Tay, or even Aki if you want something a little bit more cuter. And Octavian is a Latin originated meaning eighth. Next, we have the name Augustine, spelled A-U-G-U-S-T-I-N-E, Augustine. Now this one obviously has that trendy nickname Augie, or you can even do August as well for a longer nickname. And this one's English originated, meaning great and magnificent. But this one's actually ranking at 791 in 2021. So big jump from 2020. I think it actually just moved into that top 1,000 range. Still unique, but it has a really timeless sound to it, very classic with that sweet nickname. Speaking of super sweet nicknames, next we have the name Sullivan, spelled S-U-L-L-I-V-A-N, Sullivan, nickname Sully. Oh, I love that one, and it's Irish originated, meaning dark eyes. So it has a little bit of a mysterious meaning, and this one also, just like Augustine, this one's actually sitting at spot 529. So it has jumped up quite a few spots, but it's so timeless, just like Augustine. Timeless, kind of traditional classics in a way, vintage revivals as well. I have another name that begins with S, very similar to Sullivan, but this one's a biblical option, and this is the name Solomon, spelled S-O-L-O-M-O-N, Solomon. This one has some super cool nicknames. You have Sully, just like Sullivan, but you also have like Soul or even Solo. think about it. I think this is really cool. And like I said, this one's a biblical name option. It's derived from the Hebrew word shalom, meaning peace. Moving on over to a Greek god option next. This one was definitely a contender for us instead of Aries, and that is the name Apollo. Spelled A-P-O-L-L-O, Apollo. Loving this one. You can do the nickname Ollie, which I totally didn't even think of. So thank you, Samantha, for letting me know about this. I thought that was so sweet. It's another great alternative to get that nickname Ollie as opposed to Oliver. And this one is the Greek mythological god of medicine, music, and poetry. I have the name Jovian next, J-O-V-I-A-N, Jovian. Now this is probably one of my absolute favorites that was sent in. You have nicknames like Jovi, Jove, or Indy, and this one's both a Slavic and Latin originated name meaning Jove-like or majestic. Now Jove is actually the name for Jupiter, who was the king of the Roman mythological gods. So this one is incredibly powerful. How handsome with those I-A-N ending names. I always find those ones just, I don't know, capture my heart a bit. Speaking of Latin names, I have the powerful name Machias. So M-A-C-A-I-U-S, Macarius. Now this one you can do nicknames like Kai, but C-A-I spelt that way. You can do Mac, or you can do a longer nickname of just Caius. And this one means son of joy, and it's completely unranked. This is kind of like a two-parter because the next one is very similar to Machias. I have the name Macarius, spelled M-A-C-A-R-I-U-S. Macarius. Now with this one, you could do nicknames like Ari, Arius, or Mac, and this one's Greek originated, meaning blessed. Now this one also is unranked and has been since 2020, so you have two options there to choose from depending on what kind of nicknames you want. You have Machias or you have Macarius. Next on this boys list here, we have the name Rodello, spelled R-H-O-D-E-L-L-O, Rodello. You can do that nickname Rhodes or Road. So cool. This is derived from both Italian and Spanish roots, meaning road of the young warrior. Similar to Rodello, I feel like this could be Rodello's brother's name. We have the name Santino. So S-A-N-T-I-N-O, Santino. Now this one, you can do nicknames like Santi, Tino, or even Saint. Very trendy. And this one also is an Italian originated name meaning little saint. So your little just absolute prince, your little boy that is sent straight from above. I think this is just so timeless, really handsome, and it's ranking in the 600s. So you have a really trendy name as well to choose from. We have one of my favorite names here next for the boys, and this could totally work for the girls side as well. So this is the name Iverson, spelled I-V-E-R-S-O-N. Iverson. This one has a little bit of like a cool boy edge sound to it with nicknames like Ivor, Ives, or even Ivy, and this is Norse originated, meaning son of the archer. And now speaking of kind of genderless names, this next one here could also work for a girl as well, and that's the name Callahan, spelled C-A-L-L-A-H-A-N. Now there is a couple spellings for this name, but I love this one. This one you could do nicknames like Callie, Cals, or even Calla if you wanted to choose it for a girl. And this one also is an Irish originated name, meaning bright-headed. We have a few more names here. I want to say about 5 more left. We're going into the stars and into the sky with this next one. I have the name Estrellas, spelled A-S-T-R-A-E-U-S, Estrellas. Thank you so much, Tabs, I believe her name was Tab, for sending this in. You can do nicknames like Ace, Trey, or even Treyas. This is like a total Heidi kind of name. It also is a Greek mythological name meaning star, and he was the Titan of dusk, the husband of Eos, and the father of Estrella. For this next one, she actually kind of made it up, and I feel like it is also a genderless name that could work for boys or for girls. So it's the name Aristin, spelled E-R-I-S-T-O-N. Aristin. Now you can do nicknames like Essie, Eris, or even Airy. And this one actually has a really kind of cool meaning. It kind of means the best, or it could mean the best goddess if you're looking at it for a girl. All right, we have 3 more names here left on the list, guys. Thank you so much for still continuing to watch if you've made it this far. So next one here, we have the name Callaway, spelled C-A-L-L-O-W-A-Y. Callaway. This one again is also a gender neutral name. You can do nicknames like Lo, Loey, or Cal. I love Loey as a nickname for this one, and it's English from Latin originated, meaning pebbly place. Then for our second to last name here, goodness, this one is everything. It's the name Gabriel, spelled A-B-R-I-E-L. Gabriel. You have nicknames like A, Brie, or Real. Oh, it's French, meaning open, secure, and protected, or it's Hebrew originated, meaning high father. Then that brings me to my final name on this list here, another Hebrew option, because Hebrew names always tend to have longer names, and this is the name Jeremias, spelled J-E-R-E-M-I-A-S. Jeremias, and you can do nicknames like Myas or even Jer, and this one's, like I said, Hebrew originated, meaning appointed by God. If you love like Jeremy, Jeremiah, Jeremias, that gives a little bit of a different feel, especially depending on what middle name you end up going for. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this longer boys name list. I have a ton more longer boys names, so if you guys love this video and you love the longer boy names with super sweet nicknames, please give this video a thumbs up. It shows me that you guys enjoy this video, and it also pushes the video out for everybody else in the YouTube world to see. Please stay tuned for next week. Next week will be the girls list of longer girls names with really super sweet nicknames. So I will see you guys next Sunday for that video with another baby names list. Take care. Bye.